I tell you, man, oh man. Good evening, family. Listen, I'm looking at the news as a lot of you looking at the news and how, you know, King Ding Dong has just threw up all over his own people, right? Um, Trump has called his people stupid and weak, and says he doesn't need their votes anymore. You know, and like person like me and like most African Americans, we have a soft spot in our heart. We can feel sorry for damn fools. Especially those that just go 100 miles an hour in the wrong damn direction, yelling and yippee yahoo and all that shit, and get there. You know, there's a brick wall. They got either two choices: either slow down, pump your brakes, and do a U-turn, or you gonna push the pedal to the metal and you gonna break through that wall of reality to the other side of disillusionment. And well, they hit the brick wall and bounced right back up off of that damn thing, right? And the sad thing is, like, we knew that Humpty Dumpty had fell off the wall way back, during his first administration. We knew way back then he was not fit to be president. And these people have rode with him, this damn fool. You understand? Ain't nothing more foolish than a damn fool following a damn fool, right? So now they've rode with him on this journey, and now, they're talking about the Epstein files, right? And you can tell, it's like he has the mind and the characteristics of a child, right? When a child is lying about something, you know what I'm saying? This is like psychology 101, right? It's like when you ask them a question, they get nervous. See, because one thing about the truth is freedom, right? You just tell the doggone truth, right? But when you're standing in front of a child, they'll get nervous. And the same thing with a liar. You understand? A liar. It's the same way, they get tense, you know what I'm saying? And they will get so nervous that they'll even sometime, to hide the lie, they'll get angry. They'll try to play a little bit of psychology, like, how could you even ask me that deal or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then what a liar will do, then the liar will look for who they can blame it on. You know what I'm saying? They're going to point the fingers at anybody else that they think they can get that, that light up off of them. They're going to blame anybody, right? And the thing about it is, like, that this dude is caught up in all them tapes. We heard about the golden showers, back before he became president. What did these fools do? They never even took a second to think about it. Even him grabbing women by the private parts. They never thought, oh, he's just being himself. We, though, we people, people of color, we know the signs. We've lived with these people, evil, black-hearted, hateful people for over 450 years, and then, we told everybody, and I'm not going to keep repeating that there, but we told so many people, you know what I'm saying? People, that just wanted to be accepted, And I mean, like, one thing about it is, like, I remember Malcolm X talked about we was hoodwinked, bamboozled, We was hit in the head with a brick, you understand, knocked unconscious, couldn't see straight, right? But the truth comes to the light. And I'm gonna tell you like this right here. See, we can talk about God on a level that no one else can talk, right? Why? Because it was God that took us from the ships having no clothes on, women having no clothes on, men having no clothes on, men and women jumping off a ship because they wanted to be away from these devils. You understand? And then we came here, no language, had everything taken away from us. And we went from being butt naked, poor, language, culture stripped, and was dared to even learn how to read or write, at the cost of our life. You understand? And going through all of this here, we prayed our way all the way to the White House and beyond. You understand? Through all the civil rights, through all of the heartaches and headaches, right? And and even the white people that knew that he was wrong, you know what I'm saying? They just sided with him. They just stayed quiet. And that's why I said, listen here, there's a whole lot of them that let you know that they are full of hate. But there's the quiet ones too. My mama always said, watch people that are too quiet. They up to something. You know what I'm saying? While everybody is running their mouth and doing it, they watching, plotting, scheming. You understand? And I'm going to tell you like this right here. So now the shit done hit the fan. You know what I mean? And now their feelings are hurt. But I'm going to tell you like this here. I'm going to tell you a prophecy. I'm going to tell you some future. Now what's going to happen? Them same followers, they're going to be crying. They're going to be all with, snot and everything coming all out. And oh my God, I just didn't know. We just didn't know. We really thought that he was sincere. He didn't mean any harm. We didn't think he would harm anyone. Yeah, you didn't think that he would harm y'all. He let everybody know who he was long before he even ran for a presidency. He was the king of scams, lies, deceit. You understand? And the thing about it, to this day, he is now being true. See, he's crumbling. He is crumbling. Like I said, we knew Humpty was already cracked and everything. While y'all was trying to push all the yolk back up in his head and, and fixing him up with all the makeup and shit, man, we seen all through that shit. You know what I mean? And even for the Latinos, the brothers that was, and the sisters out here, I will vote for Trump, all that bullshit. Listen, we even got heart for y'all. But one thing about it, I tell all of my people, don't go for that bullshit. Because if they was hateful before, they're still hateful. And my thing is this right here. If you really repent, those who were down with him, whatever color you are, whatever your culture, you're going to have to do something so big to prove to me that you are sincere in what you do. And I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to happen overnight. It ain't going to happen in a couple of years. I'm going to be watching the whole time, But see, God will, let me tell you like this, what has happened is God has confused them. I said this here, those of y'all that's been riding with me, I said this from the very beginning in my first videos, that God has the power to take our enemies, and confuse them to the point where they begin to become enemies of themselves. It's like the snakes are eating the snakes now. And the king snake is eating his babies. You understand? Throughout with all of this here 2025 thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. Am I enjoying it? Hell yeah, I am. Do I feel a little bit for the people that's been stupefied? Yeah, I do. But you know what? You deserve every single bit of it. You understand? And I still say to my people, look, it ain't over until it's over with. You understand? So I'm going to tell us like he told the Proud Boys, stand back and stand ready. Okay? And, with that, keep your eyes open. Get your popcorn. Sit back and watch the rest of this foolishness play itself out. You understand? We are his people, and now the world is realizing who we are. I love you. Until the next time.